Hey you legends, we're at Make Believe Studios and we only have 11 minutes to film because these cameras are going to run out of space. And I want to show you real quick on what I'm trying to accomplish right now, which is figuring out what exactly these Fender speakers are, where they came from, and if they still work in any way, shape, or form. The first thing that I want to look for is the date code. And you can see that here, you can see that here, and you can see that here. These 328 date codes means that these are Fender Utah speakers, and this 465 date code mean that this is a manufactured Oxford speaker. And if we're going to go and then continue down the date code, the next number in the line will actually be the date, which is a 1-digit number, which is a little bit weird to deal with because that means these could be from 54, 64, or 74, or 5, 65, 55, 75, same thing over here with 56, 66, 76. The next thing that we want to figure out is if they're open. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our multimeter and we're going to put it on ohms. We're going to connect a couple of little leads just so that we can connect these to the speakers very quickly. So roughly 8 ohms, which is what we want to see. Somewhere between 6 and 8 on an 8 ohm speaker is what I've typically found, depending on how well they've held up to time. Okay, 9, still working, 7.5. So none of them are open. They're all wound. They're going to pass a signal in some way, shape, or form. And that's the next thing that we want to do. We'll get rid of our meter. And I've got this little Benz shuttle set up. And I will connect some probes to this 1/4-inch cable, which sometimes can be harder than it seems. Try and get them on there. Boom. So I'll go ahead and turn these speakers over. Get all of their terminals facing towards me because we got to move quickly. And I've got our Squier Stratocaster that we set up in our last video as our new shop guitar out here in the kitchen. And I will connect this amplifier to each one of these speakers via the terminals with these alligator clips and just make sure I'm getting some sound. Awesome. So all 3 of these speakers are passing signal and working, which is what I really wanted to accomplish. The next thing that we found out through the great resource that is the Weber Speakers website is where some of these speakers came from. And the one that I'm very, very excited about happens to be this speaker here, which came from a 64 Bassman, which is the famed Utah speaker out of the Beatles' Blonde Bassman. I don't know what year or month theirs were, but this is what supposedly was in there, and it is a Utah speaker, and it sounds very, very different than these 2 other speakers, which, this is an Oxford and this is a Utah, so they all should sound a little bit different in general. But we're going to clean these up, make sure that they're good to go, and hopefully get them in some cabinets soon. So thank you for checking that out with us, and we hope you have a wonderful day.